Hi, good afternoon. I'm Jason Siga, and I am here to report about my assigned scientist, and that is Gregor Mendel. So, without further ado, let's get started. And let me discuss to you for you to know more about who really is Gregor Mendel. Okay, so let me give you an overview first. So, Gregor Mendel is often called the father of genetics, was an Austrian monk and scientist who discovered the fundamental principles of heredity in the mid of 18s. Through his experiments with pea plants, he observed how traits such as flower color and seed shape were passed from one generation to the next. Mendel formulated the laws of inheritance, the law of segregation, and the law of independent assortment, which laid the foundation for modern genetics. His work, though overlooked during his lifetime, became crucial in understanding how traits are inherited and how genetic variation occurs in living organisms. Next, let's proceed to the early life and background about Gregor Mendel. Okay, so Gregor Mendel was born on July 20th, 1822, in Hensendorf into a poor farming family. From an early age, he showed a strong interest in nature and learning. But his family's limited resources made education difficult. Despite financial hardships, he was able to attend school and later studied at the University of Vienna, where he was influenced by his professors in mathematics and natural sciences. In 1843, he entered the Augustinian monastery of St. Thomas in Brno, which provided him with both spiritual guidance and access to resources that allowed him to pursue his scientific experiments. Okay, so let's proceed with the scientific achievements that Gregor Mendel has made. So let's start first with the laws of inheritance. So, laws of inheritance, Mendel discovered that traits are passed from parents to offspring through discrete factors, now known as genes. So, the second one is the law of segregation. So, what is this all about? So, this says that each parent carries two forms of a trait which separate during reproduction, so offspring inherit one from each parent. So the other one is the law of independent assortment, in which traits are inherited independently of one another when located on different chromosomes. So the next one is the foundation of genetics. This talks about the pea plant experiments way back on 1856 to 1863, revealed predictable patterns in how traits are seed color, shape, and flower position were inherited. So now, let me tell you about my favorite quotes from Gregor Mendel. This really hooked my attention when I first read this quote. So let me tell you what quote is this. So this quote says that my scientific studies have afforded me great gratification, and I am convinced that it will not be long before the whole world acknowledges the results of my work. So, in conclusion, Gregor Mendel's pioneering work on heredity laid the foundation for modern genetics despite facing challenges and receiving little recognition during his lifetime. His discoveries have had a long-lasting impact on science, medicine, and agriculture, making him one of the most influential figures in biology. So, here are my references about all the things that I've discussed about Gregor Mendel. So, see you on my next video, and I hope that you learn and interested more about knowing who really is Gregor Mendel. So, see you on my next video. Thank you so much.